guys, welcome to the very first episode of B&E Reptiles. I'm Billy Strickland.
And I'm Erica Baston Strickland, and together we make B&E Reptiles. So we are a married couple who share a love for animals and in particular reptiles. We have been showing our animals at educational shows. I've even started a reptile club at my school where I teach, and now we are trying a new venue.
So we're trying to take our message to the masses. So that is why we created a YouTube channel. Bear with us. This is the very first time we've ever done anything like this. But today's episode is going to be on tortoises. And stay tuned to the end for a very special guest. Hey guys, like I said, this very first episode is all about tortoises. So I figured we would look at the third largest species of tortoise in the world. This is the Centrocheles sulcata, or the sulcata tortoise, or African spurred tortoise. These guys are found in Africa, in the Sahel region. Now these guys get absolutely massive. So these guys can get, males can get up to 200 pounds. They're very long lived. They can live over 100 years. So if you take a look at this guy, if he's going to cooperate with us, these guys are what I like to call the cows of the tortoise world. This is what he likes to do. He likes to go around and eat grass and wander around and eat grass. That's pretty much it. So if you'll notice these guys, if you look on his back, we'll look at a couple items that are the anatomy of the tortoise. So this back is called his carapace. Underneath is called his plastron. And these on his back are called scutes. Now if you'll notice, when you get up close right here, these guys have really muscular legs. So these guys would dig massive burrows in Africa to get away from the sun or to get away from predators. It also keeps a relative stable temperature in there. So it could be well over 100 outside, and inside of the burrows could be in the 70s. So these guys also are what I like to call the gladiators of the tortoise world. If you'll notice, right in front of him right here, these little two protrusions are called gular scutes. Now in the wild, these guys will actually battle each other. So they'll hit each other, knock each other over, and it can be dangerous for a tortoise. If he's knocked over in the sunshine, he can actually desiccate or dry out. These guys are often available in the pet trade. They're probably one of the most common tortoises available out there. But we don't recommend people getting them for a pet unless you have a lot of land or a lot of space for them. These guys, you know, like I said, get massive and they eat a lot of food. They will pretty much ram through anything. So in the wintertime, when these guys, these guys don't hibernate. These guys actually are awake all year. So you have to have a warm place for them. So if you look behind me, this is our tortoise's winter home. This is heated. It's got cable TV. I kind of go hang out there when Erica gets mad at me. Just kidding. But like I said, these guys have to have a place to go in the wintertime in order for them to survive. Also wanted to give you another example of a sulcata tortoise. If you look at the carapace, the back part of their shell, this guy is relatively smooth. This little guy right here, as you can see, we'll bring him a little bit closer. His shell is a little bit deformed. This is actually pretty serious deformity. Now this is caused by a lack of proper nutrition. It could be a lack of UV sunlight. It's very important for these guys to either get a bulb of UV or to be outside. We try to get our guys outside as much as possible. Now these guys will start out really small. They'll fit in the palm of your hand. So a lot of people get them and they don't realize how big they're gonna get. So like I said, with Daisy, she was a rescue that we got and she wasn't given proper nutrition or proper UV light or calcium. You know, it could be a combination of all the above. She is actually 25 years old, so she should be way bigger than this. But we gave her a forever home. So she hangs out and goes out into the field and grazes all day and soaks up the sunshine. So we won't ever have a smooth shell on Daisy, but it will stop the progression of what has already happened. So yeah. All right, guys, Erica's gonna talk about redfoot tortoises next.
Hey y'all, I'm here with Chompers. He is a Chelonoidus carbonaris, and if I did not say that correctly, do forgive me, but I am very southern and I put my twang on everything. So that is just fancy for him being a redfoot tortoise. He is from South America. Well, obviously he's a baby, but he originates in South America, and he will get about a foot long. Redfoot tortoises are not anywhere near the size of sulcata tortoises that y'all saw earlier. They are omnivores, which means they eat both meat and vegetables. Correct, you got that right. I will show you some adult redfoot tortoises in just a second and talk about how to have proper care for them. All right, everybody, we are back with an adult redfoot. If you can notice, well, he's a little shy, so he's just gonna stay in there while we talk about him. His carapace, which is the top part of his shell, looks, I mean, most people think this looks really pretty, but this is not how it's supposed to look, unfortunately. He is supposed to be completely smooth. Him and his friend that we both took in from our good friend Julie up north, they did not get the proper nutrition, obviously, or the proper UV. So this is what can happen. We believe this guy is a male because under here, this is a good way to be able to tell. If it is flat, it's more than likely a girl. And if it's round like this, it's more likely a boy. To keep things PG, one can imagine why a tortoise's underbelly needs to be round if it's a boy. If you have any questions on that, you can send us messages and we'll tell you in a personal message. These guys, they hang out together. They enjoy being around each other. They also sound like ducks quacking sometimes. That's about it on redfoot. They're pretty cool animals when they decide to come out and play, but sorry, he's bashful today.
Promise a special guest at the end of the video, the littlest member of B&E Reptiles, Lucy Marie. Lucy wrote this out all by herself. No, don't tell them no. But this, Lucy would very much appreciate if you guys would like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Blow me a kiss. Blow it.